morning from the Ausable Club. It's September 6th. It's 6:30 a.m. and 50 degrees. I just signed in for Colvin and Blake today. So we're going to shoot out Lake Road and go past the first trail cutoff for Gilbrook and continue on a little further to the cutover because it's a little faster traveling on Lake Road. Okay, so almost 3 miles up Lake Road. We're hitting the Gilbrook cutoff to go over to the Gilbrook Trail. Okay, we're on the Gilbrook cutoff, heading up to Gilbrook and then the intersection with Dial Nippletop, and we'll go right to Colvin and Blake. Okay, the bypass is connected back with Gilbrook Trail, coming from the left. We'll keep going to the right. And there are, the Gilbrook Trail follows the Gilbrook, and I think this in particular is a really nice little swimming hole right here as soon as the bypass cuts in. Here it falls, your hole, and all you need is a floaty and a 6-pack of beer, and you'll have a great day. But we're gonna hike today. And we're at the top of the Gilbrook Trail. We've arrived at the junction for Nippletop to the left. That is a 1,400 foot climb. And Colvin to the right, which is, let's see, we're at 3,100 feet here. Colvin's over 4,000, so a 900 foot climb up. So I'll take a little break here. I think it's time for second breakfast. Got about a mile on the way over to Colvin, and we're expecting sunny skies and low 70s today. Okay, there, not too bad. And first views on the day. Whew. Another rock climb to do, maybe the last one for Colvin. We got a little crevice here we're sticking the feet in, and it's working. Approaching Mount Colvin's summit. Voila. Mount Colvin's summit, 4,068 feet. Good views of Great Range and Nippletop across the way. I'm going to spend some time here soaking in the views in the sun. Views from Colvin Summit. Right down there, that's Fishhawk Cliffs and Indian Head. We'll hit that on the way out, one or both of those. Of course, there's Lower Ausable Lake, and you can just make out the boathouse and the dam at the end of the lake. Over here is Sawteeth. Colvin Mountain, named for Verplanck Colvin, who was the New York State Superintendent of the Adirondack Survey. He spent the better part of the last 20-25 years of the 1800s hiking, surveying, mapping the Adirondacks and the resources here. Mountains across the way. Let's see. Straight back is Marcy. In front to the left is Haystack. In front to the right is Little Haystack. And then we've got Basin. Saddleback behind this little pine tree here. Gothics up there. And Armstrong over there in the middle. Just leaving Mountain Colvin. A little bit more on Verplank Colvin. As I said, he was superintendent of the Adirondack Survey. His job was eliminated by Teddy Roosevelt in 1900. Verplank suffered a fall and a brain injury as a result of that fall. No, not here in the Adirondacks, on the streets of Albany, New York. Coming down Colvin, there's Blake across the way. Still got some elevation to drop down to the coal down there. And we come to the ladder. Boy, I could tell you, plenty of rock slabs. We just went down, could have used a ladder. Okay, just came down the second ladder. And I think that pretty much gets us down to the coal. And then we'll start putting the sweat on, climbing right back up. Okay, there was one more drop after that second ladder to get down to the coal, but we are there. This is the coal. Good flat bottom. And we're gonna start going right back up. Going up Blake. Probably over halfway there from the coal. Top of a small slab walk. Gotta be getting close. More fun. Approaching Blake Summit. There's a trail sign, and this is pretty much regarded as Blake Summit. Blake Summit, 3,976 feet. A treed summit with no views. It was on the 46er list, probably as a result of Mr. Colvin's survey, but was later determined to be not quite 4,000 feet. So here we are, named after Mills Blake, Colvin's buddy. He was his right-hand man, and they surveyed the Adirondacks together. That's it from here. We're going to turn right around and head right back to Colvin. Just leaving the summit of Colvin, back to the junction with Nippletop and Gilbrook Trail. On the way up to Colvin, once you hit this little ladder here, you're steps away from the summit. As you're descending Gilbrook Trail, you'll want to take a detour to Fishhawk Cliffs. So it's a little hard to see the sign. So give you a landmark here. After you cross over these generously sized stepping stones across that drainage, you hit this white birch here, and the sign's on the other side. So there's the sign to Fishhawk Cliffs. So again, as you're coming down the trail, the sign's on your right, the trail's on your left. So let's take the jaunt over to Fishhawk Cliffs because it's gorgeous. Arrived at Fishhawk Cliffs. 0.4 miles over from Gilbrook. One of the most beautiful places in the park. Okay, leaving Fishhawk Cliffs for Indian Head. That 0.4 over from Gilbrook is flat and fast. Do it. It's a great view, especially with the foliage season coming up. Okay, views from Indian Head. There you have it. That's all the major views on the day. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, take a couple pictures, and head for the parking lot. Okay, just left Indian Head. We of course came from Fishhawk Cliffs up that steep trail. We're gonna go back, follow this one to the Gilbrook. So this will connect us back to Gilbrook, down to the Gilbrook bypass, and out to Lake Road. And almost a 3-mile walk back to the car. Welcome to the post-hike interview. I'm Norm, and I just completed Colvin and Blake, plus the bonus Fishhawk Cliffs and Indian Head. So it logged in at 16.25 miles in just under 10 hours. Not the speediest, but we're out there, we're getting it done. Very dry out there. The creeks and brooks and drainage, very dry. Not much going on. Beautiful time of year to come. Almost no bugs. And I'll be back in a week or two, try and get some great September and October hiking in. So, cheers, happy hiking, and peace out.